where I want to introduce the world's first transformable AI-powered mini microphone. Meet the BOYA Magic. And what I can tell you about this BOYA Magic, it may just surprise you that this little thing right here that looks like a marker or some type of pen could potentially change the way that you carry gear around and also help you out on your different shoes. In this video, we're going to be talking about 5 different things. Number 1 is what is this BOYA Magic? Number 2 is talking about the portability and the value of this microphone. Number 3 is going to be walking you through different scenarios, real world situations that I've actually had this microphone in, was able to test it and use it and able to report back the findings to you in this video. Number 4, the key features of this microphone. Also, not to mention the app that you could potentially download onto your Android or your iPhone to enhance the capabilities of this microphone. And number 5 is who this microphone is actually for. My whole goal was to review products that would actually help you within your business, or if you're just a content creator and just want to up your content game. So sit back and let's get into this little thing and figure out why is this thing so small and how is it able to do all of this? Let's go. What is this BOYA Magic? And the BOYA Magic is actually an AI microphone, and you see how I'm holding it literally like I'm about to sign a check or something like that. But it's an AI microphone that has 4 capabilities. It is a handheld microphone, it is a on-camera microphone, it is a desk microphone, and believe it or not, you'd be surprised about this, these little things are actually clip-on microphones and just clips right into this case here. I know I got some B-roll to show you guys, but this is the biggest thing right now as far as these mini microphones that you clip onto your shirt, and companies are coming out with them smaller and smaller. And this one, I'm being honest, I love the way it feels and I love the way it clips onto my shirt because it doesn't drag it down. This is exactly what the BOYA Magic AI microphone is. And I'm going to get into like the portability and the different things that you could actually do with this microphone, because again, it's something that caught us all off guard, but it's something right now that could potentially change what you're doing right now as far as the equipment that you're carrying around. Let's move into number 2, the portability and the value. Now, I can't stress this enough. As you can see how I'm holding this thing, the portability on this microphone is one of the key selling features because again, look how small it is and for all the things that I can actually do. Now, one thing I would say is the size of the actual microphones. These things are only 7 grams a piece. Believe it or not, they're 7 grams. So again, when it clips onto your shirt, as you can see right here, it's not holding my shirt down. You know, sometimes when you put a microphone on and that microphone may be dragging your shirt down, or you have a video where it kind of looks like this, that's not the case with this microphone. That's one thing I do like about it. The portability with this, and also, you know, just being able to clip it on when you're in the field really quickly, that helps out for shoots, because if you have a run and gun interview that you just all of a sudden you have to do, you have that option to, you know, just whip it out, clip it on. It's really discreet. And then from there, clearly get the interview that you need. But as you can see how I'm holding this here, this will slip directly into your camera case, into your backpack, your camera backpack, or it can just slip right into your pocket, believe it or not. Now, it is some different accessories that you need for depending on the application that you need, but how small it is would just, again, it would help you out if you're in a jam and you just needed a microphone, or you just had a 1 camera setup and you just need to go for something as small as possible with a smaller footprint with your equipment to just get the job done. As far as the portability when it comes down to the case that it comes in, because this also seconds as a handheld microphone, but in this case here, it actually charges the 2 microphones inside here as well. So you would charge this case up right back here. I'm just going to take this piece off because we don't need this yet. You would charge the microphone back up here, charge the case up here, and it will keep a charge to keep these microphones nice and charged if you are using them. So that is always like, you know, one of the biggest things in the field is like, okay, if I run out of batteries on the microphone, you know, how am I going to charge it? Do I have to plug it into a USB-C? How much of a charge does the case have? Is the case big and bulky? Is that something else that I have to keep in mind when I'm walking around? But as you can see here, I've been holding this the entire video so far, and as you can see, this case is extremely small and the microphones are extremely small, so that just makes it much more easier just to get around and just go ahead and just put it inside your bag and kind of go for it. The other thing that I would say for the value for this microphone itself, currently right now the setup that I have, which will come with a foam cover, a dead cat, it will come with USB-C connection point, a lightning connection point, all kind of things inside this case. And it only retails for $130 at the time of this video, which I think is very, very, very low for this type of microphone for what you're getting. Because again, you're getting a ton of microphones in just one application. If you're in the field right now and you didn't want to do a clip-on, you want to do a man on the street interview, here you have it. Then you're just like, again, pointing it from there. And I have footage from here to go ahead and show that I was at a loud basketball game, was actually able to have the people I was interviewing hold the microphone straight up to them, and they could actually go from there and actually have a conversation as far as the questions that I was asking. And this is really good for man on the street interviews because you can have it, you could point it out to the person that you is, kind of like a newscaster back in the day. If you're on the street asking questions about what exactly happened out there on the corner of X, Y, and Z, you get that same type of feel. The other thing that I would say as far as with the portability is when you have it on top of your camera setup, which you can see in the B-roll that I have here. If you're doing any type of talking head videos, it seconds as a boom microphone because again, this first microphone is going to be the one that's taking in every little piece of sound right there. And then again, you would just run that directly into your camera by one of the receivers that it comes with that has a 3.5 millimeter that goes out and then into your camera, similar to any other microphone that you may have as far as any type of Bluetooth microphone that you may have, but it doesn't have Bluetooth in the camera to connect. It has the receiver 3.5 out, 3.5 in to your actual camera body, and then from there you have a wireless microphone setup. There's no change there, but on this case here, it's just a lot smaller than the ones that you have. There are different ones that rival this as far as like different circles and such like this, but I just really like this pill factor that actually sits onto your shirt. So for the value and the portability, this thing is checking some boxes. Number 3, let's move on to the real world test. So the first real world test I wanted to take you guys on, and I'm gonna show some footage here, is a basketball game where I was interviewing people. And I want you to take a look at this because this is the BOYA Magic in action without using any of the special features that I will get to in just a moment. Again, this is an AI microphone, but I want to get into the AI portion of it just on the next step. So let's take a look at that.
So I think the game right now a little bit pretty much one-sided, but they doing good. I like the underdogs in every situation. So we like the gold team right now, the purple and gold. You know, I'm a Kobe fan too, rest in peace Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely doing something. My man just scored two twos back to back. The same guy, back to back.
Again, as you can see here, I'm in a busy gym. There's basketball players going back and forth, but you're able to hear the person that I'm actually asking these questions to. You can hear them nice and clearly. Now, again, it is an environment. You do have a handheld microphone, but you're able to isolate the sound to the person that I'm interviewing, able to get some good interviews, able to get some good audio, and the visual is already there, but the audio is really there. Next, I want to take you guys on outside where I have my son, again, just zipping around me with his electric motorcycle, but I want to go ahead and enter in the AI portion of this, which is the noise cancellation. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So currently I have the BOYA Magic mic on right now. What I like about it, it is really small, as you can see, and it doesn't wear down your clothes. But the one thing I do like about it is the fact that you can actually set up AI noise cancellation. And with the noise cancellation, you do have to set it up in app first, but I want to test it out. So right now I'm talking regular, and I'm gonna have my son right here, which is on his electric dirt bike, run circles around me, and I'm gonna turn the AI feature on to see if you guys notice any difference. I believe I did notice a difference when I was in the house, but I want to do a real world example of what it would sound like if we would noise cancel right now. So go ahead, Carter, and start going around me. All right. So right now I'm currently talking with him going around me, and this has no AI on there, and I'm actually just gonna press the button. One little pause. Now AI is on right now, and hopefully you should hear the difference as the AI actually kicks in. So right now he's going around me, he's still doing the same thing. And then once it's on, from that point, all you have to do is just one simple tap, and you will see the blue button on saying that it's connected to Bluetooth, and one simple tap for the AI to go on is just, then you'll see the green light go on and the AI is on at that point, the noise cancellation. So hopefully you can hear the difference. When I get back to the office, I'll let you guys know, or you guys tell me, do you hear a difference in the AI feature? And as you can see here, the noise cancellation did kick in, and you did notice that there was a difference in the sound as far as like dropping things down as far as the background noise. Now, talking a little bit about the noise cancellation, the AI noise cancellation on this microphone, if you enter into your app, you can cancel noise up to -40 -40 dB, and that's on the strong side. You also have a weak setting where it wouldn't cancel out so much, but we put it on the strong setting where it's canceling out -40 dB. And again, you would just, like mentioned inside the video, you would just click on the button, it would turn green, and noise cancellation kicks in from there. So I think that's actually really beneficial if you're out in the field. A lot of times I like to include noise cancellation in on post-production, but it would be really nice if you're in a pinch, you know it's loud out there, you know that you're dealing with some loud things out there. You could enter in the noise cancellation immediately. You can have that going, and the audio that you get in, you already know that's actually compressed, and you're only going to hear the sound of the person that you're intending to hear, not everybody else. So that's one key feature that I really like about it. I'm moving forward a little bit, but I just want to make sure I just touch on that. Another situation that you may have for this is going to be on your desk setup. So right now, as you can see here, I have my desk microphone. It's running to an XLR point. However, if you were on a Zoom call and you didn't have this desk setup and you wanted to up the audio on your Zoom, this is a really good thing that you can actually use, because from this point, you would just be using the receiver. You could connect it in by USB-C or 3.5 millimeter into your computer. If your computer did not have a mic port, you could plug it in by USB-C, and then it would actually just pick up in Zoom or any of your virtual meeting platforms as a USB microphone. And that's a game changer right there, because now they can actually hear you a lot better rather than having just your computer microphone, because it may or may not be that great. Now let's look at the example here from the Zoom setup that I actually put together, just a mock Zoom setup, just to see if there was any difference in the audio that I may have noticed. And this is currently how it looks with the BOYA Magic, as using it as a microphone for Zoom calls, which you can actually see here, which totally makes complete sense if you really look at it this way. So what I'm going to do now is actually apply the AI powered voice isolation to it now, which we have it activated right now. So let's see if you see a difference in between the two. I'm going to turn the voice isolation off because we want to see what's the difference between the BOYA Magic AI powered mini microphone and just using the speakers directly, or not the speakers, but the microphone directly from my MacBook here. My Zoom setup is actually the same setup that you see in this computer here, as you can see to the side, but I want to just use the microphone on the MacBook to see if you guys notice any difference. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this off. The AI voice isolation is now turned off, and I'm going to go ahead and just use the MacBook microphone that you can hear here. And now this is the microphone directly from the MacBook, which is right over here that I'm looking at, just to see if you notice any difference between the two. But it's really convenient. Basically what I did, I have the port, which is the transmitter connected, not the transmitter, but the receiver connected directly into my camera here. So this could go anywhere, and I could kind of move around and be on a Zoom call. Let me switch it back over to the BOYA, which would be right here. So the BOYA is now active. As you can hear here, I get pretty close right here, or I could just kind of just move around and be on a Zoom call. Or even, to be honest, just hold it this way. I'm on a Zoom call, but who would do that on a Zoom call? But let's see if we notice the difference. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm being honest, I really didn't notice much of a change, and it could just possibly be the way that I just had that set up. But I did have the microphone fairly close to me when I was on the Zoom call, but it did pick up some audio inside the room. Well, not audio, I shouldn't say audio, but it did pick up some echoing inside the room. And it really didn't seem so much different than my computer microphone versus the BOYA Magic AI microphone. And that also could have been due to the settings inside my Zoom, which I did try to click off, like anything as far as any processing that Zoom was going to be doing on the microphones. In my case here, I didn't notice a difference, but there could potentially be a difference or upgrade. Let's say, for instance, if you were to take the microphone out itself, clip it onto you, and then run everything that way to where the receiver picks it up, there may be a different change. But as far as how I had it for the desk setup, I didn't really notice a big change. You may have heard something different, but it kind of sounded the same to me. So I think it's a win to have a microphone instead of using the one on your laptop, being at different chimes or bells or vibrations could be happening, and you could just have that isolated directly to the mic so you're not hearing that. So I don't know about that one. I would say that's about neck and neck. It's pretty even. All right, number 4, the key features. And I touched base on number 1 key feature was the AI noise cancellation just a little bit before in that outside scenario that I had with my son going around me. But the AI portion of this, I think, is really important to note that this is doing real-time noise cancellation that's directly on you, and something that you don't don't have to do in post. And again, you have to keep in mind that the AI noise cancellation is not only happening when you only have the microphone clipped onto you, it's also happening when you're using this as a handheld microphone and also as a boom microphone as well, and a desk microphone as well. So that's one thing to keep in mind with it being transformable, and you have this in one form factor or one type of just one microphone, I should say. That's one thing to keep in mind, that that's actually a good feature to have, because you could turn it on at any given point. You can monitor your audio from the app that it comes with, what I'm gonna move on to next. And you can actually just, instead of skipping a step or, going into a step later in post, you can actually just have it apply right now. So you don't have to do that step in post. You can possibly get the video out faster or the audio out faster rather than waiting. The other thing that I wanted to discuss is the BOYA app, and you could download that from the Android store or the App Store on Apple. And the BOYA app actually gives you more functionality for the BOYA Magic AI microphone as well. Why? You can actually monitor your levels, as I mentioned from before. You could toggle on different effects onto your audio because it has a graphic equalizer on the app itself where you can manipulate sounds. You can actually save the custom settings on a particular sound that you like or you've grew accustomed to. You can also change the strength on the noise cancellation instead of having it from strong to weak, and that would actually just remain on all the microphones at the point where you click the button and it actually turns on the AI noise cancellation. It just remembers that setting inside the app, and that's going to be applied when you're using this all together. So that's one thing to consider, that you can kind of set up and customize the microphone the way you like it, the way you like to hear your audio, or just depending on a different situation as you're in, because you could customize certain settings for different scenarios. And I think that is really beneficial. The other thing the app allows you to do is something called Save Tracks. And Save Tracks, what that is, you could toggle that on and it will actually record a separate track that if there's any peaking in your audio, let's say for instance, if you're out and you're capturing somebody who is very excited about the things that happen, it'll record a separate save track there. So you can edit that portion of the save track in your post-production rather than waiting for completely blowing out the audio because you had some peaking tracks. I think that's huge. That is really huge. It's almost having like a float in most microphones that are out there right now that record a separate track onto the microphone itself. In essence, it's doing the same thing, but it's doing the same thing from the app, the BOYA app, which I think it's pretty genius to make sure that that is always going to be a feature, because sometimes you cannot control the way people would say certain things, or if they're super excited if you're interviewing them, and you have to adjust and pivot whatever you have going on if you're a professional out there. So that's really one thing to keep a key factor, that I got this in my back pocket just in the event somebody does something that is going to completely screw everything up. So that's one thing to keep in mind that you may have. And bringing you to my final number 5, who do I think this microphone is for? Now I'm going to tell you, this is one microphone, there's 4 forms, and believe it or not, it's like a marker size portability. This is the BOYA Magic AI microphone, and I believe it is for both business owners and also content creators, because if you're a business owner and you're out there in the field and let's say for instance, you're doing a job and you all of a sudden you're recording yourself doing a job and you need an interview from the client that's coming up to you right now to say, hey, thank you so much. You could slip the microphone directly on the client, slip the microphone on you, and you could literally just have a question and answer fest as far as what you did, the services, what they experienced about the services, and just have dialogue right there with your phone right there. Boom, it's genius. And it's so small because you don't have to run back, because you can actually just fit it into your pocket. You can fit it into your pants pocket. You can fit it into your tool bag. Just make sure that, you don't have your tools squishing it. And also for my content creators, this is something that you can actually just have with your camera. If you have an Osmo, this does work with the Osmo as well. It also works by USB-C, connecting directly into the back of an Osmo. So it gives you that portability to make sure that you can have those small microphones as well on there, so you can create content on the go. You could set up your Osmo or set up your iPhone or set up your mirrorless camera in a corner and have the microphone itself, the audio on you, and you're getting crispy, clean audio for your videos as well. So again, I think BOYA is on to something, and this is 73% of the people who found this on Kickstarter chose this microphone for the same reason, for the form factor, and also for the fact of the matter that it's one microphone, there's 4 forms, and it's marker size portability. This is insane. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the BOYA Magic AI microphone, and I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. Based off what I heard and what I've been using so far, I'm definitely a fan. Hopefully this video was very helpful. I do want to say thank you so much for BOYA for sending this over for me to review, and also, you know, for sponsoring this video. Hopefully this is helpful if you're a small business owner out there or you're a content creator out there. And my goal is always to bring you products that I believe that would be beneficial to you in your business or in your content creator journey. So my name is Jay. I am an entrepreneur here in the Atlanta area and owner of J.August Media, where I believe that every creator has the right to showcase their work. And also, if you're in business, you have to post your work so people know that you're in the business to do business. So until next time, peace out.